So up to now, we've been working in the ETC Nomad and Augmented Light Lab file that's been provided for us thanks to ETC. But we're also going to be working in three other demo files: the Proscenium file, the Concert file, and the Fashion file that you downloaded in one of the very first videos. So let's talk about opening up those files and how to get there. One, we want to make sure that we save our work before we leave any file. So we're going to look for this white triangle down here, and we're going to click on it, and it's going to open up the file browser inside the ETC Nomad software. And it's going to look a little something like this when you open it up, right? So we're going to click on File, and if we want to save our work, we're going to click Save As, and then we want to make sure that we put this somewhere on our desktop where we're easy to find it. So mine is on my desktop under a folder listed as Lighting Tools, and then I have created my files. And if you remember, I suggested that you save the file as something with your name on it to make sure that you haven't changed the root file of the Light Lab. So in this case, I'm going to save my work here, and I'm going to double click that and click Save. I've already done that, so I'm going to back out here. Once you've saved your work, we are going to want to open up another file. So instead of Save As, I'm going to click File, and I'm going to click Open. Again, these are on my desktop under a folder called Lighting Tools. And in there, there's another folder called ETC Light Lab Show Files. These are the show files that we downloaded. There's the Concert, the Fashion Show, and the Proscenium. And then there's my files where I just saved as M. Akins, right? So I want to play with the Proscenium file now. So I'm going to click this open, and there is my Proscenium demo file that's been provided to us by ETC. So I'm going to double click on that, and it's going to say, do I really want to open the file? If I click yes, it's going to open up all these aspects of that file, and that's what I want to do. So I want to click on OK, and you can see it runs through opening up that file. And now Augmented has changed, dun, 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 to a really awesome standard 3D virtual version of a proscenium theater. So I'm finished down here. So I'm going to close all this up, and I'm going to close the Nomad browser window by clicking down the arrow here. And notice I have my proscenium on one side, and then here where I had a magic sheet before, I don't have a magic sheet for this file. So we're going to talk about how to navigate through this and turn your lights on without a magic sheet in one of the other videos. But let me just stop and take you through opening another file. So let's say I'm done with this file. I'm going to open up the browser window again. I'm going to click that, and I'm going to click Save As. And I'm going to go to my desktop and to the folder Lighting Tools. And I'm going to save this as my Proscenium file with my name in it so that I can leave this root file that I just opened untouched again. Great. So we're going to do that every time we've made changes. We're going to make our own file. But now I want to move on and go to the thrust stage. So I'm going to go to File. I'm going to go to Open. I'm going to find it on my desktop here under Lighting Tools, Show Files, and let's go to the Concert file. So I'm going to click this guy, and there's the Concert file I want to open. I'm going to double click it. And again, it's going to say, do I really want to open that file with all of its attributes? Yes, I do. Click OK. And now it's going to change my arena, or sorry, it's going to change my 3D venue to the concert thrust that we're going to be playing with. And we're going to talk about how to light that guy and how to use that file again in another video. But I have a completely separate venue that I can play with here. Again, this one doesn't have a magic sheet, so we'll go over how to navigate and how to use control on this file a little later on. And if I want to work in this file, I can close my browser and I can set my work spaces up the way I have in any other situation. So let's open up the last one. I'm going to open up my browser. Again, once I've done work in here, I'm going to click Save As. I'm going to name it something that's different than the root file and make sure that I don't change the root file. But let's imagine I've done that. And then I want to move on to my fashion show file. So I'm going to click File, Open. I'm going to find it on my desktop. I'm going to find it in my lighting tools folder inside my ETC lab show files. And we're going to go to the fashion show file. And I'm going to double click on it. And yes, I want to open it. And I'm going to click OK. And it's going to take me to a really cool traverse stage so that we can do a little lighting on a runway stage. And we've had 3 really awesome show files here from ETC where we can practice doing some lighting in 3 completely different venues. So I would close this guy and set up my other workspace so that I can put my keyboard over here or any other tab that I want to open up over here. And again, in this version, there isn't a magic sheet. So we're gonna talk about that control, how we would control these lights in a different way in a future video. But that's how we open up all of our demo files from ETC.